Hello, everybody. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So, how is everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Everybody's staying safe. What is new? Yep, tell us how you guys are doing, and we can be able to progress further on. All right. So, what we're going to do in this video is talk about one of Jamaica's oppositions. And I know many people might be wondering, Simon, who are this team? Tell us a little bit more about them. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right now so that you guys, the full breakdown of the British Virgin Islands. Who are they? Where can we find them? Is there any link at all between the British Virgin Islands and Jamaica? Is there any link at all? Is there anything for us to make note about? And I know you might say, but Simon, this game is not until June 2025. So this is another year and change from now. So should we really look at it now? Yes. It's very important that we are aware right now of the team so we know exactly what we're going into and what we're going to potentially face. Okay? So without further ado, let's get right to it, shall we? Let me show you the British Virgin Islands. All right, the British Virgin Islands is located in the Caribbean. It is a British overseas territory. So what does that mean? That they are a British colony. They are a British overseas territory. All right. This is Jamaica right here, and the British Virgin Islands are over here. And it's quite self-explanatory. The U.S. Virgin Islands are unincorporated territory of the United States, like Puerto Rico and Guam, while the British Virgin Islands are a British overseas territory, like the Cayman Islands, like Anguilla, like Montserrat, like Bermuda. You understand what I'm saying? Good. So this is the British Virgin Islands. All right. And I know many people might hear the word Tortola. It's one of the islands. So we'll get to that. All right. So just off the coast of Puerto Rico. All right. So you have a line that separates the US Virgin Islands from the British Virgin Islands. Okay. So the US Virgin Islands are to the left and the British Virgin Islands are to the right. All right. So the capital of the British Virgin Islands is Roadtown. That is the capital of the British Virgin Islands. The airport is located right here on Beef Island. All right, Beef Island is where our airport is located. The Terence B. Lettsome Airport. This is where the airport is. You land on Beef Island, and then you go on the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge, which takes you into Tortola, the island of Tortola. This right here, this is the Queen Elizabeth Bridge that will take you into Tortola itself, all right? So you guys are fully aware, this is the bridge. And this is Tortola. And it is a hotbed in terms of destinations for vacations for persons. And in relation to where Jamaica will play their game against the British Virgin Islands, it's going to be right here. This stadium right here is where Jamaica is going to play against the British Virgin Islands. So, to the football now. How much times has Jamaica played the British Virgin Islands? Well, Jamaica has played the British Virgin Islands once, and this came in the 1994 edition of the Caribbean Cup. And this was in the Cayman Islands. And on March 4, 1994, Jamaica won by 12 goals to nil. This is tied as Jamaica's biggest victory in international football, alongside the 12-0 victory over St. Martin. On that day, you had persons like Hector Wright, and you had persons like Altamont Freddie Butler taking the field for the Jamaicans. So, why are we talking about the British Virgin Islands? Well, because they defeated the US Virgin Islands on Tuesday to qualify for the second round of the World Cup qualifiers. Yep, that is what happened to qualify for the second round of the World Cup qualifiers. There was a 1-1 draw, just so that you are aware as well. There was a 1-1 draw in the first leg. All right, so I know many people are saying, was the away goal rule going to be involved? No. So the USVI and BVI played 1-1 over in the US Virgin Islands in St. Croix. And the second leg, it was 0-0 after 90 minutes and 120. The game went to penalties, and the British Virgin Islands won 4 goals to 2. Yeah, the BVI won by 4 goals to 2 on penalties, which cemented British Virgin Islands' passage into the second round, which will be in Jamaica's group, Group E, with Jamaica, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, Dominica, and the British Virgin Islands. Michael Tulloch, former national player, has coached the British Virgin Islands team in 2004, also coaching the likes of Arnott Gardens and Fraser's Whip as well. So that's, you could say, the Jamaican link there. The current manager, Chris Kiwomia, had some spell at Arsenal, QPR as well. Kiwomia. All right. Coaching at the BVI right now. So let's continue with this now in terms of the British Virgin. Jamaica will play them away in June 2025. All right. Jamaica will play them away in June 2025. All right. So we're going to look at some players so that you guys are aware. But firstly, make note as well in relation to the British Virgin Islands. The vast majority of their players either play semi-professionally in England or in college in the United States, just so that you all are aware. All right. Good. So let us proceed. This was a camp that they called up back in November, but in a sense, in terms of the clubs that the players play for, you have players that play for clubs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th tier, and you have 2 players that play in the National League, just so that you are aware as well. So you have players that are on the cusp in terms of just below League 2, and the other players ply their trade either in college in the United States or playing in the universities, yeah, or playing domestically in the British Virgin Islands, I should say. Troy Caesar, a man that many persons will be looking forward to seeing, a key player, somebody that has been important for them. Most caps for them with 26. Their highest FIFA ranking was 160. They're currently ranked 207. Their lowest is 209 in the FIFA World Rankings. Let's see now what the groups will look like, shall we? The unknown persons will be looking forward to it. This is what round 2 will look like. I know many persons wondered what happened in the other game. Anguilla also defeated Turks and Caicos Islands on penalties as well. So Group F is also complete with El Salvador, Suriname, Puerto Rico, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Anguilla. And now we can look at Group E. Jamaica, Guatemala, the Dominican Republic, Dominica, British Virgin Islands. Okay, good. So that is 5 teams right there. 5 teams right there in our group. So Jamaica will open the campaign on June 6th against the Dominican Republic at home, followed by an away trip to Dominica. And then, of course, after that, matches against the British Virgin Islands away and at home to Guatemala. Those matches in 2025. So big games on the horizon, big games that lie ahead for Jamaica. Hopefully this video is informative for you guys, so do you understand them a little bit more better. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what would you like to know about the BVI? What else would you like to know? All right, so in terms of logistics, travel, they have non-stop flights from Miami, and they also have non-stop flights from Antigua as well. So in terms of getting there from Jamaica to minimum, you can get from Jamaica to the British Virgin Islands in 2 flights. All right. And for players who ply their trade, for example, in the United Kingdom, in England, they can go from London to Antigua, Antigua to the British Virgin Islands. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content.